Also, ICE says an illegal immigrant from Kyrgyzstan is responsible for killing 4 people in a head-on crash in Indiana. On Tuesday, authorities say a 30-year-old trucker swerved into oncoming traffic to avoid another vehicle, hitting a van with 4 people inside. This is the latest in a string of high-profile crashes involving immigrant semi-drivers. NewsNation national correspondent Ryan Bass, he's covering this arrest for us this morning. So, Ryan, what more do we know about this crash and also how the White House is responding?
So, Kelly, that 30-year-old driver, that migrant, is now in ICE custody. And the White House is saying that this all should have been avoided. They are pointing the finger at Biden-era border policies, also the state of Pennsylvania for issuing that driver a commercial driver's license. And it's reigniting the conversation about the process for who is behind the wheel of these big rigs and the vetting for allowing them to get those licenses. Now, in terms of this crash, this happened about an hour south of Fort Wayne. Police say the driver swerved into oncoming traffic after not stopping for a slowed semi, hitting a van head on and killing 4 people. Now, the White House has referred to this driver as a criminal illegal alien. DHS says he entered the United States using the CBP One app about 14 months ago and was paroled into the country. Now, this isn't just one crash that we're talking about here. There are similar ones that are happening across the country. Deadly truck accidents involving illegal immigrant drivers have popped up in Florida, California, and Oregon, among other states. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is threatening to pull federal funding to some states over CDLs for non-citizens. Now, the Trump administration has also said that it is currently auditing the legitimacy of licenses that have already been issued in some of these states as well, Kelly. So certainly this is an issue that the Trump administration is taking very, very seriously.
Yeah, and what are families and safety groups saying about these crashes too, Ryan?
Yeah, we've spoken with families that have been directly impacted by some of these crashes. Marcus Coleman's daughter, Delilah, she suffered a traumatic brain injury after their car was hit by a truck that had a migrant behind the wheel. He believes, Marcus does, that this system is failing, and it cost his daughter her chance at the American dream.
But the ones who are true truck drivers, they understand what this is about, because once these laws come into play, it doesn't affect people who are illegally doing it. It doesn't affect them at all. It only hurts the people that are doing it illegally.
Exactly.
That was Marcus speaking with our Katie Pavlovich. Now, we also spoke with Zach Halen. He leads the Truck Safety Coalition. He says that anyone with a CDL needs the training and skills required to be able to operate an 80,000-pound truck. And right now, he said, that is not always the case. He also adds the drivers, they don't need to be fluent in English, but they need to be able to understand and read road signs and to be able to communicate with police as well, Kelly.
All right, important stories to highlight there. Ryan, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.